Let's see if that works. I fixed it. Now I need to go get my charger because I think my phone's going to die. Hold on. Alright, hold on guys. I'm going to plug my phone in. You guys are back. Are you back? Okay, I'm going to try and plug my phone in. Darn it. We're trying to plug this in so I have a view of the fish ladder. Let's see. Is that a good view of the fish ladder? Both sides. There we go. We have a fish ladder. Now, I need to go back and open chat. In the tablet. Whoops. Hold on. My husband's football just came on. Let's see if I'm working. The video, oh, it's private. What the heck? Now why is it saying it's private? Can you guys see the video, Cindy? It shouldn't be private. This is like a pain in the butt. No. Oh my goodness, what a pain in my butt this morning. There we go. I'm back now. Now I have chat. All right. Now we're back. I need to fix the screen so you can see all the little fishies. I have no idea why it locked up. None. There we go. Oh, and there's a big fish coming through. I have no idea. And then I went in and it said private. And I was like, what the heck? What the heck was all that? Okay, there's a big fishy. Ooh, look at those fishies. That's a nice one. Those are some nice fishies. Did you see those salmon that just went through the ladder? Here comes another salmon. Oh, I guess the salmon are picking up. That one's pretty. That's pretty tooly. That one's getting ready to spawn. We're in Portland. This is the Bonneville fish ladder. We're watching the fish ladder. But we are in Portland, but there's people all over. We just got back from Newport. We did a fishing trip in Newport. But sometimes we just come in and chat so people can come in and talk about fishing. And this is yeah, I fixed it, Brandon. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden my phone just started getting all of these notifications and it was so irritating. And it locked up my live chat. It locked it up. Here comes a nice fish. Ooh, that's a big one too. All of a sudden salmon are coming through the ladder. Like all of a sudden lots of salmon are coming through. It was like, hi Zach, how are you? Are you in Oregon, Zach? We're watching the Bonneville fish ladder and we're chatting. We're chatting about fishing and we're watching the fish ladder. Jake probably went and did something else. These are the fish going up the Columbia River right now, crossing the Oregon side of the Bonneville fish, the fish ladder. Mostly it's salmon. I've seen salmon, peamouth, and what else? We saw a couple steelhead, and pike minnow, which pike minnow are horrible. Pike minnow are the fish that we want out of the river as much as possible. Look, I finally hit 500 subs today. Now all I need is like 2,500 watch hours. Maybe I should just leave the fish ladder on all day. Randy went to go get the dog. I'm charging my cell phone, but I have a charger hooked up to it, so it should be fine. What is that? That's a big fish. Is that, what is that? Brandon, what is that chrome fish? Is that a jack? Whoa, look at that big salmon. That's a big boy. That was a big salmon. All of a sudden we have activity and movement. What is it, like 9:30 now? Coho, Chinook's a steelhead. Which one was a steel? Was the longer one a steelhead? Is the longer one steelheads? I know the P-mouth one. If they have the yellow fins, those are the pike minnow, but those are P-mouth. That's a big one, huh? That's a big fish. For a P-mouth, because they're just little junk fish, aren't they? Whoa. I don't think people eat those. Well, maybe some people eat them, but I don't eat them. Yeah, I'm gonna go back through that last live. I want to make a short out of that big salmon eating the pike minnow. That was a good bite. There was a couple of good moments on that fish ladder. Watching the fish ladder is very entertaining. I guess Jake went away. He didn't want to come back after I reinitiated. Of course, Randy's gone and he has nobody to make fun of. Well, he could make fun of me, but that's not nice because I'm female. So he can only make fun of Randy and get away with it. But yeah, Brandon, as soon as we get that boat, I mean, you guys can go down to Tillamook. Take Randy wherever. Show him how to bring home some fish. We'll just take the boat down there and you two can go out and fish. That would be so fun. Hayden, go out. We have free camping at the Oregon State campgrounds. So we can go to Nehalem Bay and launch there for free. So you guys could go out crabbing in Nehalem Bay. And we don't have to pay to launch there. It's free. That's what's so nice about getting this boat. Like, the boat was free. My sister's boyfriend is going to school to be a welder, so we took it up to the college and they welded it for free. And then I got the boat trailer off of a guy who sold this old boat, and we got rid of the boat. We gave the boat away and kept the trailer. So that was $200. And then I got the motor for $500. So we're into this boat for less than $1,000. Yeah, and it would do well in those little channels, just as long as the weather was nice. It's a 4-seater, so it looks like it is pretty deep, believe it or not. It's got a nice deep V in it, so. Yeah, we'll take it out in the bay. I would never recommend that in the ocean, but he can take it out in the Nehalem Bay, because that's the same size as the boats they have, and with the 9.9, it'll be just fine out there. It'll be good. But yeah, that's a nice little salmon. That was a chrome. No, that's a coho, wasn't it? That's a chromey coho. It's a little chromey coho. They're sure more active right now. The fish are picking up. They're definitely picking up. What's so funny is those boats cost about $120 to rent. So after we take that boat out 4 or 5 times, basically our boat's already paid for itself. We do want to put like a plug in there, a drain plug. I know. I don't have a fancy boat like Jake does, but you know what? You don't really need one if you're just doing little things. I would never, I mean, his boat was nice and cozy out in the ocean, though, I'll tell you that. His boat handled that ocean like a champ. I mean, I didn't get sick at all. Earl's boat is a little more top heavy, but when we were out in the ocean, I got so seasick on that boat trip. Oh my gosh. But I'm on prednisone right now, so the prednisone is probably affecting it. Yeah, yes, I did see that little boat catch big fish. Because, yeah, you wouldn't want to put, like, a huge boat in those little waterways. But the Multnomah Channel, someone else was telling Randy about the Multnomah Channel. His friend Mike, I think friend Mike's going to help him mount the motor. I think they're coming over tomorrow. They're going to mount the motor on the boat. Because I want it to be, you know, I don't want to get stolen, that motor. So I want to have them mount it to a point where a thief couldn't just grab it and run. That they'd have to actually work at getting the motor off. Because the neighbor has a camera that's right on our driveway. So the minute that did, they'd be notified. I'm pretty excited. We just sold our canoe too. We had a flat bottom canoe. It was a 15-foot, 48-inch wide canoe. But this boat is more solid. I mean, I'm much happier with this. You know, we bought the canoe 5-6 years ago. We used it a couple times, but we didn't have a trailer for it. And you know what it's like having to get that canoe out in the water? Having this boat trailer is priceless, because being able to drop this boat now is going to be easy. Just, it's so much easier with the trailer. Yeah. And Jake had a heater inside. It was cold, but I mean, his boat handles the waves really, really well. And I think it's because he said it's wider. He has a wider boat. Earl's boat, you know, it's an oldie but a goodie. Yeah. Oh, I bet a sturgeon would pull you around in that. Yeah, our canoe is 15 feet 4 inches. Well, there's a nice salmon. That was a nice chrome. Did you see that one? I think you guys are a little delayed from. It's a little delayed from what I have, but that was a nice chrome. You guys don't have like a fish ladder down there, Cindy, do you? I haven't caught a sturgeon for so long. The last time that I caught a sturgeon was when I was with my dad. He's passed away, but we were up in Cascade Locks. And I've always outfished him, always. And he caught a sturgeon. His sturgeon was 54 inches long. And he was like, I've got the record. I've got the record. And like 10 minutes later, I reeled in a 60-inch sturgeon. And he's like, damn it. But they were both keepers at that time, because you could keep them up to 60 inches. Man, smoked sturgeon. I used to brine it and smoke it. It was so good. Nothing is as well as good. Sturgeon was very similar to halibut, the way it is. It's nice and thick and meaty. I know that you can catch sturgeon above the dam starting January 1st until quota's met, but I think it's like a parking lot up there, and I think quota's met like within 6 hours. Oh my gosh. How long did it take you to get that sturgeon in? 12 feet? Oh my gosh. That thing is huge. That's bigger than the sturgeon that's in the dam, in the aquarium at the dam. Oh, I wouldn't be able to do that. I'm like, no. I know that one day we were below the dam and I caught 26 shakers. And I was exhausted. 26 shakers. It's like when you're fishing, like when we go over to the Nicanicum and we're fishing for flounder. If there's a lot of sculpin in there, it's not fun. Because the minute you cast, it's all sculpin. It's like when you're reeling and reeling and reeling and you're not catching your target fish, it's annoying. Yeah, Herman is a baby compared to that. They said some sturgeon live to be a couple 100 years old. I don't know if that's true or not. Sturgeon live that old? Well, the last time we went down there, when Fontana was down there, there was hardly any sculpin in that water. Which is good, because maybe the big salmon coming in scare them off. I didn't think about that. But the salmon that are coming in there might be a deterrent. That's a nice chrome. Oh, there's another chrome. Now, is that a steelhead? Because it's long and skinny. Much older than what, Joe? A couple 100 years old? I don't know how long. Sturgeon live for a really long time. Brandon, were those fish that just came through the ladder, were those salmon? Because they look long and skinny. Not that one, but the two bigger ones. Those look like coho. They'll tear up your salmon eggs. Oh, I bet they will. Those sculpins are I hate them. I just, when we catch them, what is that? That looks like a jack. Is that a jack? That looks like a little jack coho. A native jack coho. When we catch sculpins down in the Canicum, we take them off the hook and just throw them out to the birds. I don't put them back. I don't let them go back in the water. That's why I said it's a jack, but was it a coho or was it a chinook? It looked like a coho. It's definitely picking up. I mean, there's more salmon coming through the ladder right now, so it's definitely picking up. Let's see, it's 9:45, and I think I've seen more action in the last 45 minutes than we've seen all morning. That's a P-mouth. That's definitely a P-mouth. Yep. Yep, I know they got huge. I've seen those. Where are you from, Joe? Are you here in Oregon? Ugh. I wish I knew what was open on the Columbia River right now. I would have to go look. Oh, Vancouver. Okay. Are you fishing for salmon, Joe? Is that what you fish for? I know there's some good fishing over there in Kalama. But, I mean, I don't know how much longer the fish are going to be open. I don't know how much longer the salmon are going to be open. This year was my first year fishing buoy 10. I have never fished buoy 10 before, and this was my first year, and it was fun. It was fun. Yeah, Joe, there's a lot of, I don't know how many people you follow on YouTube, but there's a lot of us local Oregon people, or fishing people. There's like, well, Oregon, you and me. Is there anyone else in Portland? My Style Baits is in Wilsonville. Sarah's in Wilsonville. And then we have Earl, who's in Halsey, and Jake, who's in Dallas. Ooh, that doesn't sound fun, Joe. That sounds like pain to me. Can you not fish with a defib in? Or you have to just be like relaxed? I mean, do you have to be like off for so long? I'm not sure how that works. Yes, I do, and I forget who it is that I follow. It's the guy who has the dogs. North Fork Lewis River. Yes, I hear that's a really good salmon river. Fishy, something fishy. I watch him. I do follow. I think I follow the Addicted. I think I have some of their channels I follow. Jordan, yeah, I follow Jordan. Is he in our area? Yeah, Stay Fishy. He's the one I follow. I follow a lot of his stuff. He's fun to watch. He is fun to watch. Joe, when's the last time you've been fishing? I think I do watch like the Addicted Fishing channel as well, but I watch PK as well. And then there's a couple local people, but they mostly just do trout. They do a lot of trout stuff, and I'm not a big trout person. I'm more of salmon. I want to learn steelhead. I like flounder. I want to do some surf perch. Ugh. Ugh, that sounds painful, Joe. That sounds really painful. Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. Are you going to be able to go back to fishing at all? Cameron Black. I'm sure that Tom knows him, my friend that's the fishing guy. He knows everybody. I mean, he knows Nick and all those. He doesn't like, he's not part of that group, but oh, that's a nice salmon. Look at that wild. Here comes that native. That's a nice chrome. I think he's a chrome. It looks like a coho, though. I don't see dots on the tail. See, that's a good, you can see the dots. There's no dots. That's a coho. That's a native coho that just came through. Oh, there's two of them. Those are nice. Those are nice. Did you have a heart attack, Joe? That sounds scary. That sounds really scary. Yeah, Nick. You know, when we were up in Hood River, Brandon, it was the week that Michael capsized and he got lost and passed away. We were there Sunday, and his boat capsized on Wednesday, and the same thing happened to us. The squall line came through, and you could literally see the wall of white caps coming right at you. It was freaky. It was freaky. Yeah, Nick. Have you ever been on Nick's boat? Because my friend, well, Randy's friend from work, he goes out on his boat, Nick's boat. I hear Nick's really good, though. I hear he can get fish almost in almost any condition. Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. That doesn't sound like a lot of fun at all. Yeah, you can physically see the wall, the squall line's coming straight at you. Oh, look at these fish coming through. Oh, look at these. Those are, oh, that one's pink. That was a pink one. Oh, that was a pink one. Look at that fish. Oh, my goodness. Was that a chum or was that a king? I'm trying to ID these fish as they come through. But that one had the hunchback, which means it's a male, I think. But it looks, yeah, it was a fire truck. That's right. It was red. That was a red fish. His meat was probably pretty white. I don't think it'd be fun having that, Joe. I'm sorry to hear that. But at least you're still here. And hopefully you can fish again. I mean, fishing is great. Chum have bars on the side. So what my friend was telling me is up in Hood River, there is an actual hatchery before you get to the white snake. Is that what it's called, white snake? That is for chums. $30. Well, 30's better than 15, but that still sounds not good. I know my nephew has like 20%, and he's in his early 30s. I feel so bad. The White Salmon River. There's a hatchery right before that that specifically does tules or some type of a tule salmon. My friend said. I guess the Native Americans eat a lot of that salmon. It's in the river. It's like, so they didn't want to fish. They didn't want to fish below the hatchery. Oh, how that's nice, Joe. Where's the kids' fishing derbies at? Are they on the rivers? Are they banks? On the banks? See, now I always thought tules were what they called salmon who were getting ready to spawn. And a tule is like that one. That's like a tule because it's dark. Isn't that a tule? But there is a specific type of fish that they breed that is like a tule. Oh, Klein Line. I used to swim there when I was younger. I went to Columbia River High School. I graduated from Columbia River High School. I grew up in Vancouver. I didn't go far. As you can see, I've crossed the river. That's about as far as I've gone. But yes, I grew up in the Columbia River. I grew up and went to Columbia River High School. So what do you call a tule? I mean, what do you call... The tule is not a salmon that's brown? You went to Sacagawea Elementary School? That's I went to Sacagawea Elementary School. Well, they all spawn, I know that, but I thought a tule is actually what you call them right before they spawn, because a tule means that they're brown instead of chrome. What do you call it? What do you call a salmon that's getting ready to spawn? Like, see how... Oh, that one looked mad. Do you see those two salmon? He's fighting them. They were mad. They're mad at each other. Right, a tule is one that's getting close to spawning. That's what we call a tule. Is like, if you looked at my short where... Oh, the short where I had Allison, we were at the lipstick derby and she caught a fish. She called it a tule because it was bronze. It wasn't chrome, it was bronze. Hi, Uncle Donner. What's up? Are you in Oregon? Red salmon or Yukoho. Yeah. Yeah, that's what my friend was saying though, that specifically that hatchery in Hood River before the bridge or before the White Salmon River is specifically for a certain type of fish that is like a tule. Maybe it's a chum. I don't know what it's called. The tules are ones that are browning. They're getting brown. But they always call them tules when they're getting close to spawning. They're chromies before, and then they go to tules. But my friend was telling me that hatchery actually has a specific type of fish that is a specific tule. Look at how brown that one is. Woo! That one's dark. That was a dark salmon. No, a tule is a A tule is a salmon that's getting ready to spawn. They're brown. That's what they call them, tules. But a tule spawned out. Oh, they're turning their beak turns white. Donner. And I don't know, upriver brights. What are upriver brights? I know I've heard that too. URBs. Upriver brights. I'll have to look it up. It's so confusing, like tule, chum. There's tule, there's a chum, there's, I know what the sockeye, but. They still have, Uncle Donner, they still have a couple big sturgeons up there. I know somebody shot one and that was like 15, 20 years ago, but they still, Herman's still up there. They have, what is this fish? What is that? It's a native. That look like a coho or maybe a chinook. I can't see the dots in the tail. That's how I always look. Is there dots in the tail? Is there not dots in the tail? Okay, upriver brights are the ones going to Idaho. Yeah, because they got a long ways to go. And those are the ones I was told eat a lot all the way up the river. Boy, there's been a few nice chromies coming through here. I don't know what the Columbia River counts were. White salmon. Yeah, so white salmon, that's what it is. So there's a hatchery in Hood River that is specifically for white salmon. Well, you look at the head because you're used to looking at the. I look at the lips for them to be black, and I look at the tail. But I know their heads are shaped a little differently. But I'm not that good yet. I can't tell just by the head. But I did get my 3 fishtails in brine, so I'm going to smoke them. So I can have smoked salmon. I love smoked salmon. I wonder how long I could brine them for. If I just brine them for like 5 or 6 hours, is that enough to throw them in the smoker? I don't know. Did you get Randy's number, Brandon? Did Hitch follow through? Did he? I need to hook up my depth finder onto that boat too once they get the motor installed. I got this little baby Garmin. A little tiny 12-volt battery for it. Because that boat only has like 800-pound weight limit, so it's like that includes the motor. So it's a 2-person boat for now. 2 people and a motor and a little gear. That's what it's going to hold. Especially 2 big guys. Yeah, I did notice that the fin shapes are different, Jake. I've noticed that too. But when these guys fly by so fast, it's like, eh. I always just look for the dots in the tail. That always tells me, and then the dark lips. Yeah, we don't need a whole lot of gear on that little boat. It'll get us through. I mean, I'm sure you could do more than 780 pounds or 800 pounds on it, but I know my sister's like, we should all go out crowding. I'm like, yeah, no. We're all not going to fit on that boat. She went and bought, what did she buy? She bought this old jet boat. It's a Bayliner from the 80s. That boat's sketch. That boat scares me. That boat, I'm not getting that. We got on that boat, oh my gosh. I would keep it streaming. Oops, sorry guys. I'm back. I'm back again. I'm streaming my channel. Boop. I wouldn't even go on a lake. I wouldn't want it to sink. But with a 9.9, it's going to get around just fine. Yeah, I'm going to go back and make a short of that video. I haven't seen any others. I saw them eating this morning, some of the salmon. That's a P-mouth, I think, coming through now. I love watching this. I just love watching this on live stream. It's so fun to watch. Oh, that's a red. What do you call that, a fire truck? What's below him? See, now, is that a coho in the Chinook? Because I saw that the head was different. $4,000 on it and jump 10-foot rollers with Earl on the back. Oh, you threw Earl into the back of your boat or the back of your cabin, didn't you? What's a red red coho and a king? I was like, what is a cohonin? What is a cohonin? Did you give Earl a concussion, Jake? Look at that little baby. That looks like a squawfish. That looks like a little baby squaw. Pike minnow. Baby pike minnow right there. They got the little five. Jake and Earl and Randy got like 5. They got more than 5, but the rockfish they kept, it wasn't enough. It's enough to make a couple nights of fish. I mean, there can be a lot of big ones out there. I think he does actually have air ride seats, doesn't he? I don't know. His. I don't know. I think he left. I don't think he's in here. It says 3 watching. I don't know who's in here. It's you and me and. I mean, I'm watching on Randy's tablet, so it's counting him as 1. I don't know if Cindy's still in here. She was watching while she was working. She might be sleeping. Jake, don't you have air seats? Because I don't know, your boat handles, I did not feel the wakes on your boat at all when we were out there. I didn't feel waves at all. I mean, it was very, very mellow. I mean, I know we were moving, but it didn't feel like it. The bad thing about Earl's boat is he doesn't have that kicker motor, so it's hard to troll with his jet. I think we were trolling too fast because even when I was dropping it down 35 feet on the counter, it was still like 10 feet from the top and catching all of the weeds. So it was like, it was too difficult to troll off that boat. I don't know what's wrong with his kicker. I just watched a live feed of Bonneville Dam. It's not really a site. It's just a live feed. It's on 24/7. You can watch it 24/7. And it's nice because you can watch it at 1 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes I'll turn it on and watch it at 1 o'clock in the morning just to see what's going through. What somebody else said, which I think it was Brandon, if you watch during June and July when the shad are coming through, it's like nonstop. But it is fun to watch, like when the salmon are like going through fast, like super fast, like when you have a lot of them. Right now, I'm seeing a lot of darks. I would say, out of every 10 salmon, maybe 2 chrome are coming through, which are probably headed to Idaho or close to it, over on the east side. I said he could have my 4-horse, but it needs to. I don't know what's wrong with it. He could have my 4-horse Suzuki if he wants it. We were just going to toss it because we bought it and it sat out in the rain and I can't get it started. I cleaned the carburetor. And I said if he wants to throw the 4-horse on there, he can. I thought you could troll with a 15. You could just have it down low. I don't know if a 4 would push his boat though. It might. The little 4-horse we have, the Suzuki. I think it just needs a spark plug, to be honest with you. But it's a 2-stroke. And it has a gas tank inside of it, so you don't have to mess with an external gas tank. Full start, internal gas tank. I mean, it seems like a nice little motor. I just don't want to mess with it. And now we got such a great deal on this 9.9. I don't need it. Hi, Brutus. What's up, Brutus? Yeah, he was going to put buckets out. But, you know, he was, like I said, with the current ripping out and even him just kind of idling, my sinker was not at the bottom. I mean, I couldn't get it. It was still like 10 feet below the surface. So I either had to have more weight to put on there or I needed to drop it way low. And at that point in time, I don't know the river and I didn't want to snag because Randy snagged and lost his gear. And it's like I didn't want to snag. And I don't know that river, so. Does who remember you, Brutus? Kept breaking the handles off the bucket, so went to large drift socks. Yep. Oh, there went a salmon. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I remember you, Brutus. Where would I remember you from? I'm not sure. Are you Irma's husband or ex-husband? The only Ramirez I know is Irma. Oh, the very first time. Okay. That was a while ago. Like a month ago? About a month ago, I think. About a month or... Yeah, it's probably about a month ago. I was having a hard time keeping up with chat. We were fishing in Seaside. For flounder. Oh, that's right. That's what you said. Yep. It popped up. Yep, I remember now. We're going to go to Seaside again. We might be going on the 28th, I think, for flounder. I've got to look at the tide table and the weather. I'm not going to fish there in the pouring rain again, but I think we're going to go to Seaside in a couple weeks for some more flounder. I know Earl was saying he wanted to come out to Seaside too. Look at that nice salmon. Or is that a steelhead? I don't see the, okay, okay, Brandon. What's the difference between a salmon? I mean, how do you tell the difference between a coho and a steelhead? Is it just a, it looks like a rainbow, I guess, right? Or is there just dots on the top? I think there's just dots on the top. I think that's what it is. Dots on the top. I've been good, Brutus. I've been good. I have to go back to work soon, so I'm kind of enjoying the last few days off I have. That's what I thought, the steelhead. So that it's like the top is spots and the bottom silver. I'm getting this. See, I'm getting this. That was a steelhead. Because salmon don't have spots. Oh no, Chinook does. Chinook has spots on the top. Yeah, that's a steelhead, right? That looks like a steelhead. That is a steelhead. Yep, that's a big rainbow. I get it. Yay! We just got back from the coast, Brutus. We were in Newport. We did some crabbing and fishing out in Newport. I don't know when our next trip to Newport's going to be. Probably not until the end of the year or the beginning of the year. We usually go around New Year's. We're going to go back to Newport for New Year's. We'll go back at New Year's. Well, that steelhead just keeps coming back and coming back. So, Brandon, have you caught steelhead in the Columbia? I'm sure you have. You plunk for steelhead too, because I hear when you're plunking, you can get that. You can get steelhead or salmon. Now that is a king, I'm gonna assume. That's a little king that's coming through. Good morning, Andrew. Yes, we eat crab. We eat Dungeness crab, and we caught probably about maybe 15 to 20 in the 4 days we were there that were big enough to keep. We have a refrigerator. Well, we made crab cakes, and then we give away a lot of crab to the people who watch our animals while we're gone. Yeah, Brutus, we got some good crab. The Dungeness crab. Are you in Oregon, Brutus? Are you on the West Coast? If you're on the West Coast, there's lots of good crabbing out here. For Dungeness, I know that the blue crabs are down south. Oh, California. Well, Northern California has Dungeness. I don't know at what point in time they don't go any further south, but yeah, the steelhead is smaller rounded head, unless the steelhead is big. Now, if the steelhead gets big, do they ever get the pointy nose like the salmon does? I always thought that they did. Alaska. What's Shish? Where is Shishmaref, Alaska? Shishmaref, Alaska? It's got to be more west than us, because you're an hour behind us. Well, happy early birthday, Brutus. I want to go to Alaska. I want to go to Alaska, and I want to fish in Alaska. That is something I want to do. We were thinking about doing, well, it's going to be southern Alaska, because I'm not going to northern Alaska. We wanted to do one of those all-inclusive, what do you call those, lodges. But those are so expensive. Yeah, that's what I thought, Brandon. I thought they did get a little nose hook inside of them. A little nose hook. I wonder if that's Randy. The neighbor's dog's barking. I wonder if my husband just got home with our dog. Oh, gosh. Oh, nope. It's a delivery truck. It's a delivery truck. Neighbors barking, dogs barking. All the dogs are barking. Thank you, Brutus. You lived up there, Brandon? Oh, you're Brutus' son. Gotcha. Burr, Andrew. That's too cold. You guys have snow up there? Jake, when are you going back? You're going to be going on a trip on there soon. Yep, it's snowing up there already. But the lakes aren't frozen yet, right? You have frozen water yet? I've always wanted to try to ice fish. I thought that'd be fun. What is that? That looks like a catfish. What is that? That wasn't a salmon. What the heck was that? Bismo, where's Bismo Beach? That's California, right? Oh, it was a sucker fish. Oh, like I've never seen one. It almost looked like a catfish. Andrew, do you fish up there? Brutus, do you fish down in California? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't think a sturgeon goes through the ladder. I don't think they do. Maybe a teeny baby one might, but I don't think the big ones do. You know, squawfish, there is a lot. That's a pea mouth though, right? There's a lot of squawfish. The squawfish go through this. I don't think they count the squawfish though. Are you serious? I know they're removing the sea lions now, which I think has helped tremendously because back it was about 8 years ago. I think they started removing them about 8 years ago. It was insane. Oh, Kane. Okay, Kane. Gotcha. The sea lions were actually in the ladder, Brandon. They really were going through the ladder. Sea lions. That's insane. So when we were down in Newport, there was a sea lion dying and it was on the fishing dock, which is really rare. But as we were leaving, there was like 5 police cars around the hotel and we're like, what's going on? A cougar was down on the dock. And I'm thinking that cougar is probably looking for that sick sea lion. Because that's an easy meal for a cougar. So the police were called because the cougar was out on the boat ramps. Thanks for stopping by, Donar. It was nice to chat with you. But yeah, there was a cougar on the boat, on the dock, the boat dock yesterday when we were leaving. It would have been nice for me to get it on film, but I don't know which ramp it was on, and I wasn't going to go down there and look myself. Of course, they would have had it blocked off, but... There's lots of fishing up there, Andrew. Seward. That's where we were thinking about going. That would be fun. That'd be fun to go to Seward, Alaska. And Sitka. Sitka is the other one. Sitka. But I didn't want to have to go to a place where you needed like a little hopper plane. I would like to go where you could just like drive. Is there an airport in Homer? A big one? Sitka is where they can snag salmon. Sitka, yeah. That's where they can snag salmon. I watched that. Oh, that's a big fish. Holy cow, look at the size of that one. Oh my goodness. That's got to be a 20-pounder. Look at him. Woo! That's a monster. That's a monster. Oh my gosh. That was a monster. He probably weighed 20 pounds. Woo! That was a big one. He was brown, but he was big. You think so? 20 plus? He was big. That was a beast. That was a beast. Yeah, he was over both of those blue lines, so it's hard to distinguish how big they would be, but I know they can measure them, and they have a calculation where they can determine how much they weigh. That was a big one. That's probably the biggest one I've seen come through. That was a monster. Nome, Alaska. You know, it's funny because you ever watch The Outdoor Boys on YouTube? I think he does a lot of traveling up there. He lives up there somewhere. But it's fun to see the places he travels. Yep. I'll make a few shorts out of this. There were some good, and the nice thing about filming this is you can see some good stuff. I sat up there and filmed it for a little while when I was up there, but it's much easier just to watch their live view. Look at how little that baby is. Why does he look like he's behind the lines? That was weird. I think he's a little squawfish. I know, I want to get to the point where I can just get a GoPro and wear my GoPro and then make footage out of it. I just haven't gotten to that point yet. It's much easier for me to just take stuff out of my shorts. Oh, I think my dog's on. It's my dog! Hi, Yoda!
Still?
Yeah, I restarted it.
Oh.
It froze up on me. The sea lion. Well, there's a sea... No, the sea lion is... So in Newport, on the Embarcadero dock, the crabbing dock, the sea lion is... Yoda, get down. Dying. So they're letting it stay on that dock because it's dying. But yesterday there was a cougar. The police showed up. Somebody called the police because there was a cougar out on the ramp. Or the boat dock. So we think the cougar's probably looking for the sea lion to eat. The cougar was down on the boat dock. In Newport. That's what we think anyways. But the sea lion, I have some video of the sea lion. It was in my other live when we were down there too. You can see the sea lion. They put cones around it in my other live. It's laying down there. My dog just got home. Oh, how nice. I wonder if you just sold something, honey. Your eBay thing just went off. That's nice, Andrew. You sell it online? I don't know. Is it legal to sell that stuff? I'm assuming it is, especially if you're an Alaskan native. Oh, look at that chrome one. That's a nice chromie. That was a nice chromie that just went through. That was a little king. Yep. He was nice and silver. He looked good. That's a nice fish. That was somewhat chrome. That's a nice chrome salmon. That's a long one. Well, thank you, Kane. Thank you for subbing. I think we finally hit our 500. Now we just need watch hours. I mean, we need to get to 1,000. Oh my goodness, that was a big one. That was another big one. We like to just open this up so people can come chat. It's like a little chat room. You know, we're home today. We do have some errands to run in a little bit, but for now, we just open this up so people can come and say hi to each other, and it's about fishing. Most of us, I mean, there's a lot of us local. Most of us are West Coasters. So what do the local buyers do, Andrew? They just, I mean, I thought ivory was illegal to sell. I guess it's this type of ivory that walrus is different, right? I'm not sure about the whole ivory thing. Oh, that was a big fish. Wow. That was a big king. Was that a king? I think that was a king. That was a big king. Did she tell you which nail he didn't want trimmed? Yoda, what are you doing? Let me see your nails. Sit down. Which nails did she not trim? She got all those, didn't she? Yeah? Go lay down. Go. Go. Get down. Sorry, my dog has been gone all week. And my husband just brought him home from our trip. Our friends in Vancouver were watching him, so he just ran over to Vancouver and picked up the dog. When's the last time you've been out fishing, Brandon? I think the weather's going to suck this weekend, though. I hope it doesn't suck tomorrow. Alexa, what's the weather tomorrow? Okay, 70. So it says no clouds. Where are you going fishing tomorrow? Where are you guys going fishing? Oh, you did go fishing. When you went fishing with Jake, gotcha. That was like what, 3 weeks ago? You guys didn't have any luck on the salmon though. Did you guys launch out of Chinook Landing? Well, tomorrow it says no rain. It's at clouds. 70 degrees in clouds. I just want it to be clear so they can mount the motor onto the boat. We need to get the boat motor mounted. Did you lose it? I'm assuming. Did you see the salmon Randy had hooked when he was with Jake out on the jetty the other day? Randy had no clue it was a salmon, and then Jake's like, "It's a salmon." I think Jake put a short up of it. I think actually it's a video, not a short. But when they got it to the rocks, it got off. It looked small enough to be a jack, though. Yeah, Randy's all talking about the boat motor and stuff, and Jake's like, "You got a salmon, dude." Randy's like, "What?" My husband wasn't exactly excited. Did you notice? Yeah, it makes a difference. Randy lost all of Earl's gear a couple days ago. I think it was Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Because he was trolling and got snagged on something. So I just left Earl the 360 I had because it's like I don't want to take his gear. Those are not cheap. Oh yeah, it's you got to be able to troll at a certain speed. And the weeds, though, I'm telling you what, trolling in weeds is just it's horrendous. I hate salmon fishing and trolling when it's full of weeds. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. You were anchored? I know some people will anchor on the Columbia, but we always troll on the Columbia. Is that all you guys hooked with salmon? Did you hook anything else? Yeah, anchor fishing is nice. It just depends on how fast the current is, though. You have to really be able, you have to rely a lot on the river to move your gear. It's kind of like plunking, I guess, though. And that's what you're used to, is plunking. There's another P-mouth coming through. I like trolling. Trolling's, and I think that's what we'll do. I think that with the 9.9, I think he can troll with that motor. I think he'll be fine. Boy, is it windy up there, Andrew? I bet you it's stormy up there. Horrible. You'd have to have a lot of generators up there because I think you'd lose power a lot. It should troll it though, Brandon. I think you can. I think that thing idles really low. I think you can go down to a couple miles an hour. Yeah, I think that 9.9 will get that boat up to like 20, 25 miles an hour though. You don't need to go that. You don't need to go that fast in that boat. Yeah, no thanks, Andrew. That's not something that I would enjoy. That weather would not be for me. Nope, that would not be fun. Well, guys, I think I'm going to have to get off here because I got some errands to run. But it was nice chatting with everybody. Randy, my husband, we're going to go live. He wants to go live tonight and do some drawings. I'm sure, Brandon, you'll be back. I don't know what time it'll be. My guess is around 7 p.m. We'll probably come back on live, and my husband's going to do some live drawing. So you guys can tell him what you want him to draw, and he will draw stuff. Yeah, send Randy a text. Give him your number. And then when he is, like, even on a nice evening when he gets off work, and you could probably meet him, and you guys could go out for a couple hours after work one night too. But like I said, I don't think we take that boat on the Columbia River, but there's other areas we could take the boat out on. Or he could take the boat out on. But I'm going to get off here. If you guys want to come back around 7 or watch for our live tonight, because Randy's going to jump on and draw some stuff. Some stuffs is probably around 7 o'clock tonight. So I will see you guys all later. Have a great, great day.